All right, Mopar people, welcome back to the channel. I'm just Mopar Joe. I'm back on my lunch project here. The 72 Dodge D100. That was originally a slant 6.3 on a tree. And we're going big block. Hopefully I can get to that by the end of the video. Before I put a pretty big block in here, I gotta clean this crap up a little more. The outside of this truck will look what it looks like. Yummy. But under the hood, you can see a lot of that cleaned up nicely. So I got inspired a couple things. One, I pulled my headlights out. This is supposed to be blacked out. You know, the Mopar people, they'll freak out at you if this is not blacked out. And frame rail stuff, you can still see some original black paint on it. So what I'm thinking, and there's our manual steering box. I showed y'all that last time. I got me a little media for my blaster, and I thought about blasting some of these ugly spots just real quick, and come back, shoot a little bit of primer and paint it. I got a cord of light blue, and I believe that's what color this is, acrylic enamel. So I'll shoot my primer on here between the bare metal and the new paint coming on. But stuff like that, if I don't do something with it in a year or three, or tomorrow, I don't know, it'll rust through. So the driver's side looks really good. There's one little hole there, two little holes, that's it. And after I blast through here some, it may get worse, but pull my battery tray off. It looks like this was never painted. You know, the inside of this doesn't matter because I'm gonna put a new fender on it someday, so I'm not gonna waste a lot of effort there. But yeah, everywhere I can see in the frame rail, I'm gonna stand here and just blast along. My little rubber boots and stuff, I'm gonna wrap those in duct tape so that my sand can't get to them. I still need to redo the brake lines. I've got a new wheel cylinder on that side. I haven't put it on this side yet, so that doesn't matter. I'm not going for perfection here, but I'm going for, like I said, a nice look when you pop the hood. So I'm gonna get this dude rolled backwards and get my blaster set up. I'm probably not gonna film me blasting this thing. I don't think it's gonna take very long. I got some black beauty, and I'm not blasting stuff that like this that's beautiful. There's no need, just big crunchy spots like that. So if anything, I'll come back with a red Scotch-Brite and just touch that up, which I have when it goes on the end of a drill. That makes it even faster. But when you see this at the end of today, it's gonna look, well, not today, but at the end of tomorrow's lunch, or whenever, it's gonna look better. Now, here's what we look like after a little blasting action. And I went ahead and washed all this stuff out too. So this was my major areas. I don't even think they painted this from the factory. It probably should have been, but you can see how bare this one is, and a little bit of rust coming through still. I'm gonna shoot some rust encapsulator on this, on those spots, any bare spots that I have here, and probably just use that as my primer. I got my voltage regulator off, and I had to take a wire wheel to get all the funk off of that. You know, that's a Mopar blessing. And then I just took a red Scotch-Brite and washed everything with Dawn dish soap. So you can still see a little black staining there or whatever, but this is literally a scuff and shoot kind of deal. I got behind here, you know, I want to get that blacked out, but depending on how much blue paint I have, I may go ahead and shoot it blue, like factory style, and then come shoot my black over it when I do my frame sections here. See, the frame's gonna be a satin black. I got a gallon of that, and the rest of this just needs to dry out really well. So all I can do is shut the hood and come back another day. I even went ahead and sandblasted around my adjuster nut on my manual box in case I ever need to use it. I know there's a little bit of grease left there. There's a little bit left here and there and whatever, but this is not a show truck at all. It's gonna be a go truck, hopefully. So we'll come back. It's a brand new day. and it's lunchtime again, so I might as well shoot a little paint on this. I should be losing some weight after I skip enough lunches. But anyway, you can see everything that's blacked out. I sprayed a rust encapsulator on. And that was just to give me a good bond between the rusty stuff. See, I didn't do anything to the inside of that fender because I'm gonna probably change it later, just not anytime soon. But everything I sandblasted through here that was just dirty raw metal, went ahead and shot it with my encapsulator. I had a few bare spots out here. If I've got any leftover blue, I'm gonna shoot this blue and then come back and shoot it black later. But yeah, it's definitely not perfect or pretty. I probably won't shoot anything on the column itself. I don't know what I'm doing with that now, but I'm gonna try to blue out everything here, but keep like that factory blackness around the heater box. Looks good to me, so I'm not a paint gun at it. I pushed my electrical bulkhead in, put some tape over my slant 6 sticker. I want to keep that if I can. And I've got a new master cylinder going later, so it doesn't matter. I popped the windshield wiper motor out so that I wouldn't get any blue on it and I can paint under it. It was probably locked up anyway. I'm not trying to get any blue on my frame right now, but if I do, it doesn't matter. It's going to be blacked out later anyway. So let's get in and get our blue on. I've got some, here's that paint. It's just Chrysler acrylic enamel in light blue. So that was the code I came up with. It may not be a perfect match. You can kind of see it on the stick there, but you're about to see it on the truck. Color acrylic enamel is that it can make you look like a pro even when you're not. I had a little bit left of my gun and I shot through here. You can kind of see here where this crumpled radiator support is. That's fine. I might actually change that later. I have another one. I'm gonna have to trim at some point on this side for my radiator because that's for that little dinky radiator. But you know, I just cleaned my gun out here. I'm gonna black that out anyway. But at least when you look through the grill, it'll be black on blue instead of, you know, blue on black on whatever. But here's what we look like inside here. I had a few little dinky bugs. I see some deep scratches and stuff. It doesn't matter. My grill's gonna wrap up over this anyway. I untaped those so it'd look better. But we're dry to the touch now. I got 2 coats on it all. I need to try to yank that tape off there. Yeah. See, we got a little bit of difference in color, but you'll have that. But I actually like the brighter blue better, I think. That other one's just kind of it's just darker. And the reason I went with this blue is that the truck itself has been repainted one time and they went with a lighter blue. So I thought to myself, look at there, I just peeled that. That was cool. There's a layer of the paint peeled off the tape. It's kind of funny. They went with the lighter blue, and I thought the lighter blue looked better. And whenever or if ever I get to finally pressure wash this thing, I think it'll match better. I shot up into here. You can see the difference from there to there. But I'll finish peeling. I have the actual plastic that goes over the top of this. I can show you that real quick. So there it is. I should have actually did a better job whenever I was pressure washing the first time, but I'm gonna have to get some super glue or something and be able to stick that back on and get it lined up just right. I think it'll look nice. Maybe some clear super glue gel or something, but I want to put that back on to the best of my ability and get my little odds and ends stuck back on. But also I have to still shoot this nasty looking frame black, and I just got some magic satin black in a can, and I got also have my little rod hanging up here for my battery tray, and the deal for the hood there goes right in the center. So all that should be easy peasy. It's the end of the day. And I don't think this thing turned out too bad. It actually took me 2 lunches to get it done, but not terrible considering it's mostly a Scotch-Brite and cheap gallon of implement black. There's our light blue, and I got our grill done. Or behind the grill, you know what I mean. And if you look close, I kind of left some blue shining through. See here? I didn't just vigorously hose it in there. And it's also drying there where it looks brighter, but it's flashing off nice to like a matte finish. That's what I wanted. And while I had the black in the gun, I laid down on my creeper and shot everything under here that I could get to, and that'll be plenty good enough. You can see there's still grease on that. That's fine, but it sure is better this way. My battery tray's shot and my other 2 pieces are shot, so I'll come back another day and hopefully stick them all together. The last thing I wanted to tell you, since I've got a place to stick an engine now, let's go look at the engine. Here's our little Dyno 406. If you'll remember the videos, the short block is totally as it was in the car. Still got the roller cam in it. And I've got some different heads put on it. That'll be a different video. So heads, 2 or 3 different intakes I could run on here. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I got to clean it up. Clean it up too, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun in a little blue pickup truck. All right, Mopar people.